I used to obsess about auditions, and I'm not gonna lie, I still do. The audition is part of your work. You're not gonna get on set and book unless you do really well on the audition.
1, 2, 3, let's switch this up.
Hi, my little honeys! If you are new, my name is Anastasia, also known as your fave social media girl. And of course, welcome back to my channel if you are not. Please don't forget to subscribe before this video ends. And of course, don't forget to turn on the bell notification button so you know every single time that I post, which is on Fridays. Okay, we're getting into a really good video. So this is how I prep for auditions. It does not mean that it will work for you. It might. Maybe some things will work, some things you will sort of like do on your own. This also kind of process for me was a trial and error. I've done many different things before auditions to help me get ready for them, prep for them, and it just seems that this type of like style, the way I like to do it, tends to help me right now. It may change over time, and I've heard of many actors over the years who will do the same routine for like 10 years straight, and then all of a sudden they're like, I just need to change up, I need something different, and then they'll do something, I don't know, they'll change it up completely or whatever. Some like to change it up every 6 months, some will never change it. Their like routine is sacred, it stays the same for, I don't know, 50 years of their career, and that's that. So I don't know, so far mine is working, I like it. I might change it up in a month or two, I don't know, but so far this is what it is, and I'm excited to share it with you, honeys, because I'm hoping that it can help many of you, and yeah, maybe it will book you some jobs or get you really kind of in the zone. And that's the main part, is getting you in the zone, not the booking part, but getting you in the zone and doing a really good audition. So this is going to be almost kind of like a step-by-step audition like prep guide. I will start off from the moment of me getting the audition up until the very end of once I'm done filming the audition and what do I do after. Let's get started. As soon as I get a notification, either by email or an actual text message from my agent saying that I have an audition, what is it, and when it's due, first thing I do is I open it, I open the email, I read the breakdown of the audition, like what it is, who am I auditioning for, the character, the storyline, is it a movie, is it a commercial, is it a TV show, the whole breakdown. I'll go over the whole thing. Then I'll open up the actual audition and I'll read the part that I'm actually auditioning for, not the whole script, just that part. Once I do that, I will close it out and I actually have my feelings about it. It could either be, oh my God, this is the worst moment to get an audition because I'm so stressed. I have so many things the next 3 days that are due. Or I might be like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is exactly the character I want to be auditioning for. This is the TV show that I love. Or I honestly sometimes could be like, I don't like this audition, because it's also normal. You don't have to love everything that you're auditioning for. Like, you don't love everything you do for your day job, so it's okay if you don't love every audition. So I kind of prep exactly when is going to be my study day, and then when am I actually going to be filming it, editing it, and then sending it off. I also make sure I have no distractions those days. Like when I'm studying, like I will not try to do this audition when, let's say, like I have 3 YouTube videos to film, I have Instagram stuff to do, I have my serving job. Like I will not try to do it on all those days. There's no distractions on the day of filming. I give myself as much time as I need to film. I'm not like pressing myself that within 3 hours I have to have the self-tape due and film, because all I'm going to be ending up concentrating is the actual how many hours I have to film it and not the actual self-tape. So make sure you clear out your day and you really dedicate your time to the audition. After I do all that and I get it all figured out, I actually totally close the audition and I do not look at it. I try really hard not to think about it until the day that I actually am going to be studying for it. I used to obsess about auditions, and I'm not gonna lie, I still do. I think a lot of actors have an issue with that, where we like get the audition, you get super overly excited about it, and then you can't stop thinking about it. It's normal, it's human, everybody goes through it. I used to do it really, really badly, where I would get the audition, I would obsess about the audition to the point where it's like an unhealthy obsession. And then I become so obsessed about it that I almost like force myself to make the study part of it and the filming part of it perfect. I judge myself really hard. I'm like obsessed if it's not good. I obsess if it's like really good, like anything, and it's really bad, because then it actually does not allow me to connect, does not allow me to do a really good job. So I learned that literally by not looking at it, touching it, nothing, and really trying hard to not think about it will help me by getting myself into the head when I need to be actually studying and filming it. actual day of my studying for the audition comes around, I like to really prep myself for the study part. I like to get myself in the head. So what I'll do is I'll actually start with a physical activity. I try to do physical activity almost every single day, whether that be an actual gym workout, stretching, yoga, going for a walk, going for a run, whatever it can be. It just helps my negativity get out. My anxiety becomes less. So it's really important. I also do find it really important for actors to do physical activity, whatever it can be, because it just, first of all, it gives you endorphins, it clears your head, and it really grounds you. And that's what you need to be when you are doing an audition or prepping for it. You need to be extremely grounded, because this is where you can connect. After that, I will do a breathing exercise or meditation, whichever one. I'll try to connect to my breath, because it's really important. When you hold your breath when you are doing the audition, you could actually see it. And when you're not breathing, you're actually almost like not being truthful and not allowing the true emotions to come out. So breathing exercises really helps me kind of open up my lungs, open up my airways, and then just really breathe deeply and connect to like my heart, inside, everything down to my core. Then I also do a vocal warm-up, and I will do also a mouth warm-up. My vocal warm-up is a little bit different because I have a medical condition with my vocal cords. If you have not seen the video, I will link it up here. I have a specific vocal warm-up I do for my vocal cords. It's something that is kind of a little bit of mixed of what I've learned over the years from my vocal therapist, plus a little bit of a warm-up from my theater school days from my vocal class. So I kind of mesh them together to what works for me. But yeah, so I do a mouth warm-up and a vocal warm-up before I start studying. And then after that, I will read the audition again. And this is where I will get into like my character breakdown. Like, who am I? What am I doing? What's going on in the scene? What happened before, which is really, really important. What happened before the scene? Why are you in the scene? Why are you having the conflict that you're having in the scene? And I also continue, like once the scene is over, if they still continue on with the writing, I'll still read the rest of the scene, or I'll read what the next scene is all about, because that's also important. It can really help you sort of develop what's going on right before you actually start filming. And then once I kind of have the gist of like the who, what, where, when, why as of happening in the scene, I'll start to memorize the lines. A lot of teachers nowadays that do acting classes like in the city will really try to get you out of the whole like theater school mentality where it's like you need to learn your lines perfectly, you need to know word for word, it's all about the lines. Like, that's bullshit. No, because when you know the lines so well, you become an autopilot and you are not authentic, you're not connected, you're not being like lived in and truthful to the work that you're trying to do. You're almost like robotic in everything you're saying. When I overstudy my lines, I actually will end up learning exactly what the other person says. Like, I'm already anticipating, I know what they're gonna say. I'm not listening, I'm not connected to my partner. Obviously, I have 90% of my lines learned, but I keep them really light. So what helps me is I'll actually learn them normally, and then once I feel like, okay, I got the good gist of it, I'll actually do things while I'm learning my lines. I'll clean while I'm learning my lines. I will do the dishes while I'm learning my lines. I'll even sometimes learn my lines while like singing the lines, doing them in weird voices, because it completely disengages me from the character and from the scene. Okay, so now for the actual day of filming. So like I said, for the day of filming, I'll make sure I have no other distractions. If I unfortunately have to work that day, that's fine. I will make sure that I give myself like enough time and that I'm not stressed about time. I'm not pressed. I'm not forcing myself to get this done really fast, really quickly. The audition is part of your work. This is part of your job. It's not just the booking and then going on set. Like, you're not gonna get on set and book unless you do really well on the audition. So I make sure I'm not distracted. I have a clear day. I have a solid amount of time to do this, and I'm all good. I will also start off with a really, really big warm-up, aka my physical activity, whatever I need that day. Maybe it might be the same physical activity I did for the studying because it's, you know, the same sort of character. Maybe it'll be different. Whatever my body feels like it needs, I will do that. Then I obviously will do a really big warm-up, same vocal warm-up, my same mouth warm-up. I want to get myself completely all warmed up so there's no mucus, there's no hoarseness, you can understand what I'm saying. I then after will do a breathing exercise because it's important that my breath is really calm, that my breath is connected, that I'm like just in a really good vibration with my breath. I'm not holding my breath while I'm saying my lines. Like, I'm really relaxed and I'm in it and I'm grounded and I'm connected to my work. One of the new things that I will do that I don't do on the day of my studying, like my prep day, is I actually will like manifest/journal about the audition. I find it really helps me to sort of like envision me booking the job. I will like literally write about the audition. I'll write about how much I love it, how much I need it, how much it's important for me. I will really truly manifest and journal about booking the audition or something good coming out of this audition. If I really need to, I might do an exercise with the reader, like with my partner who's coming in to help me do the audition. Obviously if it's over Zoom, then I don't have the reader. I'll then try to do an exercise on my own, like an acting exercise, or I'll get, like for example, Makita, my boyfriend, because he lives with me, I'll try to get him to do an acting exercise with me. And then once I feel like I'm done, I don't need any more exercises, I'll actually do the filming for the audition. Like I said, I give myself enough time to do the audition, but with that being said though, I will not spend 6 hours filming the audition because I'll try to do like maybe 5 to 6 takes, no more than 6 takes, because I feel like when you do more than 6 takes, it kind of becomes a little bit repetitive and then it's hard to find new things to do. You don't need 6 hours to do it. You just want to give yourself time that if there is a screw up or something happens or your camera dies or your hair was not good or whatever, you can refilm it. Or if the audio, like 5 to 6 takes is usually what I aim for. I actually might do a few warm-up takes in the beginning. And I film everything. I film up all my warm-up takes and my actual takes because you never know, a warm-up take might actually end up being the best take you did. And then at that point, once I feel like I have my audition, once I feel like I have a good few takes that I can take a look at and I know what's up. Oh, also side note, I always will rewatch the take once I do it. Once I finish it, I'll rewatch it because it's good to look at yourself, because then sometimes you can be like, okay, yeah, no, I was not connected there. You can see it. Oh my gosh, okay, I can't lift my hand that high because it covers my face here or whatever. Once I know I have a few good takes and I like what I got, I will then obviously put it in my computer and I will choose a take and then I will edit it with like, you know, putting in the slate, putting in like my name, who am I auditioning for, and I do it all in iMovie. I add my agent's info and then I send it to my agent so she can proofread it. And then once she likes it or not or whatever, she sends it off and then that's that. Once the audition is sent off, that's it. Honeys, the audition's done. You forget about it. It never existed. You never did it. It never happened. You forget. You did it. Done. Because what's going to happen is that the next audition that's coming up, you are stepping into a really bad energy. You're stepping into a negative sort of frame, being like, well, I didn't book the last one. No, you can't think that way. You literally can't. Like sometimes, like, booking them is absolutely out of control. Like it has nothing to do with you sometimes. It truly can be like, well, she has blue eyes and we wanted someone with green eyes, so it's just not gonna be her. Even though you might be the best actor for it, you got blue eyes and that's why you didn't book it. Like it could be something so stupid. So when the new audition comes, you need to focus on the new audition that is there. Honeys, this is how I prep for my auditions. This is my routine that I do. This has been something that I've been working on for probably a couple of months now. I find that when I don't do my like routine to prep for my auditions, I actually just, I don't know, my audition isn't as good as it can be. Take it with a grain of salt. This may help you, this may not help you. Some audition things that I do, you might want to put it into yours. Maybe some of the ones that I do don't connect with you, and that's fine. I literally took 3 to 4 years to do a trial and error of what routine works for me, and this one seems to be the one for me, and I'm gonna keep it that way. And you can change it as many times you need to, how many other times you want to, and that's totally fine. Question of the video, or question of the day, I guess. What is your audition prep? What are some things that you like to do before you have an audition, before you get yourself ready? Comment down below. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to chat to you, honeys, about them. And yeah, let me know what video you want to see next about acting. I love you, honeys. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Anastasia_Piero. And I'm going to see you all next Friday. Bye, honeys. Have a wonderful weekend.